What's that noodle place on 18th Street that people stand in line and they're real rude to you? You know that 18th and Mission, Yamo Thai.
Yamo, yeah.
Back in the day, the original Yamo was much ruder.
That was musician and poster artist Misisipi Mike. I'm Jeff, and this is Storied San Francisco. Every week, this podcast features photographers, artists, musicians, business owners, and other San Franciscans talking about living, working, and doing their thing here. It's a way to get to know your neighbors. Welcome to episode 26, part 1. In this podcast, Mike talks about the Mission, specifically a gigantic statue he once saw being built on Bartlett Street. He'll end part 1 with some brushes he's had with celebrity in the city. This podcast was recorded live on the air of episode 22 storyteller John Binder's Radio Valencia show, Tighten Up Your Wig. Here's Misisipi Mike.
Like I mentioned to the guys off the air, these stories might be factually completely incorrect, but I live in my own dream world, and you guys are welcome to join me anytime. But I live at 21st and San Carlos. You can come by and visit me. It's a shit brown building right there in the corner. Not to be mistaken with the white, nicer building up the street that has the Pizza Pop in it. Do you remember Pizza Pop? Serrano's Pizza?
Oh, sure.
It used to be Pizza Pop. Much better name, Serrano's. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Bring back Pizza Pop.
Yeah, Serrano's where when you order a slice, they actually make it.
Yeah.
Instead of just having it and slicing it, they make the slice.
And it's $3 cheaper than the other guy. The other guy's a friend of mine.
It's slice and a half.
It's huge.
And it's delicious.
It's huge.
They've been there so many nights for
one meal you need for the whole day is Serrano's, and it's $2 cheaper than the other New York guy. But the other New York guy's a buddy of mine.
But Pizza Pop, I never knew that.
I don't know why they changed it, man.
That's before my time.
I had a roommate. Well, he lived in my living room. I wasn't a roommate, and he could not pronounce Serrano's. He always called it Seriano's. And one of those things that just drives you crazy. You don't know why. It's like, just let it go, Mike. Just let it go. It's Serrano's, though. It's not Seriano's.
Yeah, it's a pepper, not like a character with a large nose.
Well, near Seriano's Pizza is an alleyway. It's called, what's it called? I live there, Lexington.
San Carlos.
You know, behind the Alamo Draft House.
Yeah, Bartlett.
I have only lived there for 20 months.
Amnesia. It's called amnesia.
Back before there was anything on between 21st and 22nd, there was a video store that had a great porn selection. Mm-hmm. They had a lot of the tentacle porn, though. And nothing else. There was nothing. The Alamo Draft House was a crappy furniture store thing. You could go inside and look at the ghost of the old theater if you walked real fast, and while they were yelling, "Can we help you? Can we help you?" You just could walk in the back in this huge cave of an old movie theater. Anyway, that was back in the day. One day, they closed off Bartlett Street, and then they started erecting this statue. Not a statue, really. A huge building size thing of Jesus. It was like as tall as the Alamo, or as the new Mission Theater, Alamo Draft House. I don't know how tall it is. What is that?
50?
Yeah, that tall. 50 feet, something like that.
Let's just say 40.
40 feet. Let's say 40 is probably 40. Better. So it was a reproduction of the in San Paulo, Brazil, or whatever. That giant,
the crucifix.
It's a statue of Jesus
with on the cross.
He's not on the cross. He's standing with his arms wide open.
Is it like come to me, or is it like I'm dying?
He's standing. He's no cross involved.
Okay.
It's him just standing there with a robe with his arms wide open.
Come to Jesus.
Yeah, come to Jesus kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And it was in a movie. Fastminder over there, obviously a big cinema guy. He knows the movie I'm talking about. Anyway, it was in some famous art film from the 60s or the 70s. Mm-hmm. That's the shot of that statue. It's 40 foot tall. Ray Davies, he likes the color brown. And they're building this thing. It's insane. Literally a building-sized statue of Jesus is being erected.
On Bartlett.
Street.
Which is behind Mission.
Yeah. Which, to us cool dudes, is like kind of gnarly, like right on, radical. I love it. What kind of art is this? To the Hispanic people, Central Americans, and Mexican people who are Catholic, it was as if Jesus had made a personal appearance on Bartlett Street, and they were camping out because it took several days to build this thing. They're out there 24/7. There's candles, flowers. People are just out there all day long praying because no one announced what this was.
Right.
It just started getting built. And
it's like Jesus just appeared.
A giant Godzilla-sized Jesus just appeared. CNN showed up. All these satellite news trucks started parking around, and that's how I found out what it was. Because and the people who were building it were like stinky old, Burning Man kind of people. Back when Burning Man was stinky people.
And still building shit. And
still building stuff, and they were artists and not just rich people who had artist servants.
Right. Right.
And they were living there too, because you didn't want anyone like me to bash it with a bat and say I hate Jesus.
Right.
So they had to camp out to make sure no one would destroy it. It was quite an enterprise building this thing.
I imagine.
Actually,
it's large.
Yeah. So we were hanging out at the Latin American Club. Shout out to the Latin American Club.
Yep.
And talking to some CNN guys. I'm like, what's up with that thing? And they're like, we don't know, but apparently a helicopter is going to pick it up.
What?
And it's going to fly, and there's a restaurant opening up, and they're going to place it inside the restaurant.
What the?
And it's going to be a reproduction from this movie, which happens in the movie, apparently.
Was it for a movie? Or
it was for foreign cinema. It was for foreign cinema. The restaurant had not opened yet, which was a great back when foreign cinema, that was a total radical thing. A fancy restaurant opening up in the Mission
on Mission Street.
Yeah, on Mission Street. My ex-girlfriend works there, so shout out to her as well.
Hey.
She's a good
lot of big fans
here.
here.
She's a good friend of the show.
Friend of the show.
She showed up for the vibrators thing, but
she did. She's a friend of mine too. Friend of me. So lo and behold, comes the day when the helicopter is going to pick the Jesus statue. All the Hispanic people are out there like, they're like, no one told them. And so it had what it had is a movie projector in the stomach. And so what it was going to be on there.
It was actually blasphemous, probably.
It's going to be a permanent display, and it was going to, because at foreign cinema they project movies on the back wall, and that's where the movie's going to be. The helicopter comes, which is a big deal on the Mission when the helicopter's flying like 50 feet above your apartment, and it latches onto the statue, and we're all out there watching it. Skateboarders are skating around, and it was crazy, man. I can't believe this has not been documented. The chronic, this year in San Francisco, helicopter hooks up to it, picks it up about 5 feet off the ground, and then lays it back down, and then flies away, and then it comes back, and they hook it back up, and it picks it up, and it puts it back down, and then it flies away forever. And everyone's like, what happened? It was too heavy to pick it up.
They had to go get different cables? Or
No, they just left it there for 2 more days, and then they started tearing it back down.
Oh, my God.
And they started dismantling the Jesus statue, and everybody went home.
So it was like
and
Good
it's never
Friday.
been mentioned again till today.
Oh, my God.
And that was before cell phone cameras, so none of us had
before
pictures of it.
Instagram.
Yeah. That's why it's forgotten mission history. Well, my good friend Harvey Weinstein used to say...
Did he say anything?
He didn't have to say. He was just all charm.
Yep.
He was all charm. Speaking of Hollywood, I used to work at Cliff's Variety. You know Cliff's Variety?
Sure.
Yeah.
Victims of like several fires, but they're still chugging along.
If you go in there, it used to be a movie theater. Yeah. It was the original Castro Theater, and that's why the ceiling is like a big curve in the top, and you could see even where the office is where the projectionist booth was, and it was a great place to work. Very interesting place to work. And one day someone shut down the whole street. No one told anyone, and much like the giant Jesus, like no one announced that anything was happening. They closed down that block, and what they were having was the Godfather anniversary at the Castro, and Francis Ford Coppola was there, and every star except for Marlon Brando showed up.
Because he was dead already, or
he was still alive.
Oh, okay. He's just Marlon Brando.
He was just being Marlon Brando. he and Richard Pryor were doing
Right,
the little
they were
nasty.
According to Quincy Jones. Like, you were busy.
Quincy was there, by the way. He doesn't mention it as like, yeah, I was there, baby. I was filming the whole thing.
Yeah. But everyone
Super
else,
8.
Pacino,
and
Tug
the gang.
Shire, and,
Who else was in Who else was
James
in
Caan.
James Caan,
and,
yeah.
Oh, who was Fredo? What's his name?
Yeah.
Boom. Amnesia.
They're
all there.
And they had a little mini parade. They all got in the old period cars from the 50s, and they
Abe Vigoda. Sorry.
I don't think Abe Vigoda was there.
But he's in the movie.
He was still alive, though. I think he was still alive. I don't think he was big enough to be in the parade, though. And they had a little mini parade where they all sat on the back of these cars and they waved to gay people who just happened to be walking down the street at the time. And maybe there was before the internet, so like it wasn't like there was a buzz going on.
Right.
And then they all piled into the Castro Theater and watched The Godfather. But it was the coolest day to be at work because we had to close because no one could get in. And we just sit out there and watch Faye Dunaway or whoever it was ride on the back of a Cadillac and wave. And Al Pacino. I don't think Al Pacino was in the first one, though, was he?
He was barely. He was like super young.
Robert De Niro?
Yeah, Robert. Robert.
I mean, Faye Dunaway wasn't.
No, Faye Dunaway.
Pam Dauber from Work was there. I did meet Robin Williams. I was at a comedy open mic. They used to be at they called the Little Marsh Theater. It was just a cafe, and my buddy ran an open mic there, and it was very unpopular. Only the worst stand-up comedians would go to the open mic, and me. I was not a stand-up comedian. And one time, no one showed up except my buddy who was
Literally
the host,
no one,
and me, and Robin Williams. And Robin Williams stood up and made fun of us for 2 hours, the funniest 2 hours of my life. It was amazing. And then the next week, once again, me and my buddy and one other person that we talked to, I told 1,000 people, but no one else showed up, and Robin Williams. And he did 2 more hours, completely different. And it was also the second funniest, or maybe the first funniest 2 hours of my life. And then the third week, he showed up a third time, and by that time everyone knew about it, and it was packed, and he never came back again. But once again, he did 2 hours, and it was funny.
Like the best improv ever.
Yeah.
Yep.
Besides Donald Trump.
Music for the podcast is by Joe Bigale. Film photography is by Michelle Kilfeather. Michelle's photos are being featured in an all-woman photo show called Dreams at the 1090 Gallery. That's at 1090 Bryant Street in San Francisco. Please remember to follow Storied San Francisco on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. All our episodes and Michelle's photos of storytellers are up on the website, storiedsf.com. Other ways to listen include Google Play, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and Apple Podcasts. You can reach us by email at storiedsf@gmail.com. Thanks for listening. Check back Thursday to hear more stories from Misisipi Mike.